The highlights of today's defense news, 25th of July 25. India and UK firm up defense industrial roadmap, and India-UK pact aims to double trade to $112 billion by 2030. DRDO carries out successful flight trials of UAV launched precision guided missile. Krishna Defence and Allied Industries developing Jalkapi extra large unmanned submarine. GTRE secures fresh funding for Kaveri derivative engine, aims to accelerate final certification for Ghatak stealth UCAV use. Naval Group and MDL extend their cooperation to support the integration of DRDO'S indigenous energy system into Kalvari-Class Submarine. Leveraging C295 and Tejas experience, TASL and L&T leading the race for AMCA fifth generation fighter production. India's Zorawar tank to get Israeli combat-proven Trophy active protection system to counter ATGM, RPG and drone threats. Godrej Enterprise will manufacture precision aircraft engine parts for Pratt and Whitney. Safran acquires Collins Aerospace's flight control and actuation business, strengthening leadership in critical aircraft systems. French firm Besançon-based Silmac to equip soldiers with ballistic plate sensors. Bat-inspired sensor could help drones navigate without cameras. A look at the news in detail. First, the news from UK. India and UK have finalized a defense industrial roadmap aimed at co-designing, co-developing and co-producing key defense platforms and technologies. The key highlights of this roadmap: joint development, focus on collaborative R&D and manufacturing of defense products to meet domestic and global demand. Technology and security initiative, accelerated implementation in areas like AI, semiconductors, critical minerals and quantum technology. Electric propulsion and jet engines, continued cooperation in advanced propulsion systems and potential jet engine production. Indo-Pacific stability, shared commitment to peace and sovereignty in the region with strategic alignment on global security issues. What are the strategic implications? This strengthens India's defense manufacturing ecosystem, especially in corridors like UP and Tamil Nadu, opens doors for UK firms to partner with Indian startups in naval systems, drones, and advanced materials, reinforces multilateral cooperation and reform of global institutions like the UN, WTO, and IMF. India and the UK have also signed a landmark free trade pact, the India-UK Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement (CETA), which is expected to double bilateral trade by 2030 to $112 billion, boost services exports, liberalize government procurement, and facilitate mobility. India and the UK have formalized the CETA in London. The agreement facilitates duty-free access for 99% of Indian exports to the UK, benefiting sectors like textiles and IT. UK exports like cars, cosmetics, and medical devices will see steep tariff cuts. Indian professionals like engineers, chefs, yoga instructors, etc., will benefit from simplified visa processes and liberalized entry categories. Indian workers in the UK won't need to make duplicate social security contributions for up to 3 years. Government procurement. UK firms gain access to Indian public tenders above $2 billion, a major shift from India's traditionally protectionist stance. News from DRDO. DRDO successfully carried out flight trial of UAV launched precision guided missile ULPGM V3 in a test range in Andhra Pradesh's Kurnool. Highlights of this ULPGM V3. It has an extended range variant known as ULM-ER, which features a dual thrust solid propulsion system. It is equipped with an imaging infrared seeker for day and night passive homing. It has a fire and forget capability designed for precision strikes on static and moving targets. Its range is up to 4 kilometers during the day and 2.5 kilometers at night. It has a two-way data link for real-time updates. It has multiple configurations including anti-personnel and anti-armor warhead options. The strategic relevance of this, developed for platforms like Tapas BH and Archer NG UAVs, enabling low-cost battlefield interdiction. It is co-developed with industry partners including Adani and BDL, showcasing strong MSC and MSME and startup participation. Krishna Defence and Allied Industries has initiated the construction of India's largest and most advanced autonomous underwater vehicle named the Jalkapi Extra Large Unmanned Underwater Vehicle XLUUV. The Jalkapi XLUUV is designed by the Navy's Directorate of Naval Design, Submarine Design Group, and is being jointly developed by KDAIL, Rekis Marine, and the Steel Authority of India. This unmanned submarine measures 11 meters in length and has a streamlined cylindrical hull to enhance stealth and underwater maneuverability and weighs approximately 20 tons. It is capable of operating at depths of up to 300 meters and can sustain autonomous underwater missions lasting 30 to 45 days, placing it on par with comparable global platforms such as Boeing's Orca XL UUV. GTRE has secured new government funding aimed at completing the final certification stages for the Kaveri derivative engine with a target to have it flight certified by 2026 for its intended role as the power plant for the upcoming Ghatak Stealth Unmanned Combat Aerial Vehicle UCAV. To achieve this critical milestone, GTRE has formally requested a light combat aircraft Tejas from its limited series production batch to serve as a flying test bed for the engine. Naval Group and Mazgon Dock Shipbuilders entered into a formal collaboration agreement for the integration of indigenous energy system plugs developed by DRDO on board the Indian Navy's Kalvari-Class Submarines built entirely by MDL based on successful transfer of technology from Naval Group for its Scorpene submarine. This agreement follows the contract signed on December 30, 24 between the Indian Ministry of Defence and MOL for the construction and integration of this indigenous propulsion design. Under this agreement, the submarines will undergo a complex process known as jumboization, involving precision cutting of the hull, safe insertion of the plug, and rejoining of the structure to have a full operational and safe submarine. As the original equipment manufacturer of the Scorpene submarine, Naval Group will provide technical oversight, proprietary materials, and specialized training to experienced Indian engineers of MDL to ensure seamless integration. In a major development for India's indigenous defense capabilities, the private sector companies Tata Advanced Systems and Larsen & Toubro have emerged as the front runners to lead the manufacturing of the nation's futuristic fifth-generation stealth fighter, the AMCA. Their strong positioning highlights a strategic shift towards greater private industry participation in flagship military projects. The AMCA program, which recently received formal approval by the CCS with an initial budget of 15,000 crores for the design and prototype development phase, is central to modernizing the Indian Air Force. AMCA is a 25-ton twin-engine multi-role aircraft designed with advanced features including stealth technology to evade enemy radar, supercruise capability for sustained supersonic flight without using fuel guzzling afterburners, and highly integrated avionics, placing it in the same category as the American F-35 and Russian Su-57. The IAF has projected a requirement for at least 125 AMCA jets, with the first flight targeted for 2028-29 and official induction into service anticipated by 2035. India is equipping its upcoming Zorawar light tank with Israel's battle-proven Trophy Active Protection System, a high-tech shield designed to stop deadly threats like anti-tank guided missiles, rocket-propelled grenades, and armed drones before they can do any damage. The first 59 Zorawar tanks, built for high-altitude warfare and tailor-made for the mountain of Ladakh, will feature this advanced defensive system. These tanks are set to begin trials in 25 and they represent the first phase of a much larger Indian Army plan to induct up to 350 Zorawars over the coming years. Developed by Israel's Rafale in advanced systems, The Trophy APS is one of the most combat tested and reliable protection technologies in the world. Here's how it works. The system uses radar sensors to scan for incoming threats around the tank. The moment it spots a hostile missile or grenade, it calculates the trajectory in real time and fires a countermeasure to physically intercept and destroy the threat before it hits. Unlike traditional tank armor, which can be pierced by modern top tank weapons or loitering munitions, Trophy creates an invisible but active defensive bubble around the vehicle. This has proven incredibly effective in real-world battlefields, especially in the Middle East. Israeli Merkava tanks fitted with Trophy have survived direct hits that would have otherwise been fatal. The US Army has also deployed Trophy on its M1 Abrams tanks, showing its confidence in the system. Godrej Aerospace has signed a landmark agreement with Pratt and Whitney for the supply of high-precision components used in aircraft engines. Godrej Enterprises currently operate around 35,000 square meters of aerospace manufacturing capacity in India, with an additional 48,500 square meters under development. For Pratt and Whitney, the decision to collaborate with Godrej is part of a broader strategy to expand its supplier base in emerging markets with proven manufacturing quality and engineering talent. In the global news, Safran has announced the completion of its acquisition of Collins Aerospace's flight control and actuation activities, further solidifying its position in the market for mission-critical systems in commercial and military aircraft as well as helicopters. With this strategic move, Safran becomes a global leader in the design and manufacture of flight control and actuation systems, positioning itself for leadership in next-generation aerospace platforms. The transaction, finalized on 21st of July, significantly expands Safran's technological portfolio, including hydraulic, mechanical, and electromechanical actuation solutions. France has contracted a local technology firm, Besançon-based Silmac, to develop a shock microsensor for personal protective equipment such as bulletproof vests. Under the 7-year €3 million contract, Silmac will develop a self-monitoring mechanism for the ballistic plates inserted in the vest. The vest consists of a multi-layered composite plate and hard ceramic. However, the intrinsically fragile ceramic could crack in the event of an accidental fall, compromising the protection level. To handle such an eventuality, the microsensor is capable of detecting and recording the impact sustained, enabling the soldier to assess the protection's integrity. The autonomous energy-free sensor comes with an integrated visual indicator for easy monitoring. It is an alternative to costly statistical verifications. An interesting technological news. A new echolocation system developed by researchers at the University of Michigan could help drones and robots see in darkness without cameras, laser-based sensors, or GPS. Inspired by how bats and dolphins move in the dark, the AI-powered technology uses ultrasonic sound to detect and recognize objects, making it ideal for use in low visibility environments. It mimics natural echolocation by firing off high-frequency pulses and analyzing how they bounce off surrounding objects. This lets machine create a spatial map of their environment, essentially seeing with sound when vision-based tools fail or are not available. Unlike cameras or infrared sensors, sound-based systems can work through darkness, smoke, and dust, conditions that often blind traditional technology in combat or disaster zones. The AI model behind the system uses an ensemble of convolutional neural networks, each trained to identify specific object shapes from their unique echo patterns. It also has a modular design that enables new shapes or objects to be added without retraining the entire system. To cut costs, the team trained the echolocation technology in a 3D simulated environment featuring distortions to reflect real world noise. That's the news for today. We hope you enjoyed the news. Please do subscribe to our channel and do give us your feedback. Thank you.